evening, our special guest will be Tina Crawford, who is an advocate for the homeless, and she'll be updating us on her work and then taking calls from the audience. She'll be on at 8 o'clock, and then we'll be having calls from the audience at 10 after 8, because today we have to go until about 8:20 because I'm going to be called from London. Sky News London and TV is calling me to talk about President Trump and his relationship with Speaker of the House Ryan and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. This is, after all, our federal government, the biggest unit of government that spends the most amount of money, takes a lot of our tax money and spends it. We want them to spend it wisely, not to waste it and squander it on some programs that don't work, such as military-industrial complex defense spending that's overspending at times on maintaining 1,000 military bases around the world, building weapon systems such as the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, which is having trouble even performing properly, according to the Rand Corporation. A lot of waste in our military spending. We need to cut back on the waste and use that money to help Americans who've lost their jobs and who've become homeless. And look at what the state of Utah has been doing. They've been putting state money directly into a program that more or less solved the chronic homelessness problem. Those who are chronically homeless, who've been on the street for many, many months, are being able to be helped by the state of Utah government, where the Utah provides homes. It actually rents apartments for people who are homeless, gets them into the apartments. They have a permanent structure, a permanent home to live in, and the state pays for the rent until the people can get a job or until they get treatment or whatever else, training perhaps, whatever they need to get them into a regular life once again, in terms of being off the street and being in a home and being able to get on their feet again. So the state of Utah empowers the people with programs, social programs that are paid for by not wasting money, but by spending it wisely, to help our American folks who are homeless, because mostly for no fault of their own at all, since they lost their jobs, many of them, and some have come into other social conditions that they want to get out of, such as addiction or other kinds of things. But let's face it, a huge number of Americans who are homeless are veterans. And also the majority of Americans who are homeless were ones who lost their jobs. They had good jobs at one time and had homes. So let's hope that Tina calls us in a few minutes here. Tina, if you're out there, please give us a call at 562-234-3319. Area code 562-234-3319. That's the call-in number for Tina to be interviewed as we're scheduled to do so, and also to have the audience, anyone in the audience who wants to call in and join us for the talk with Tina from 8 to 8:20. You can call in at 10 after 8, and we appreciate that. Let's take a look at how our budget is allocated in the federal government. You know, we have around $4 trillion worth of spending per year. That's with a T, trillion. A trillion is 1,000 times a billion. That's how much money the taxpayer either spends, at least through the government, at the federal level. And some of that money is borrowed by the government, unfortunately, because it drives the debt up by borrowing with interest. It costs us even more in the long run. Instead, the Congress should be closing the unfair and unproductive corporate tax loopholes, bringing in $1 trillion, paying off, balancing the budget, paying off the debt that we have a bit by bit, but getting it paid down. Because right now, the U.S. federal government is close to $20 trillion in debt. The interest rate alone is over $200 billion a year, the interest on the debt. Look at all that spending that is wasted because we're not putting the money where we should for our own people. That's why I'm hoping Tina calls in soon right now, so we can talk to her directly about what's happening in her work to help empower the homeless folks, and also to update us on what's going on in Fresno, California. She sent me material about Fresno and seeing what's going on there with the mayor getting involved, and we have to make sure that he's doing the right thing. So we do hope and pray Tina calls us soon, or anyone else from the audience would like to call in, please call in right now while we're waiting for Tina. Area code 562-234-3319. 562-234-3319. The lines are open, the phone is on. So we are waiting for the calls to come in. Meanwhile, let's talk about this idea of social and economic justice. What is this about? I mean, the whole idea of justice is the same thing as fairness. To be fair to the other human beings around us, to walk a mile in the shoes of our neighbors. The golden rule says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's what social justice is all about. It includes economic justice and fairness in terms of economics, providing jobs for people that would be high enough paying so they could live in homes and not be homeless. They can have education for their children, providing universal tuition-free education from kindergarten to university. So every single young child in America will be able to reach their full human potential. In the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson has written, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed with the Creator with unalienable rights. Among these are the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." So don't forget, life comes first, liberty next, and the pursuit of happiness is the pursuit of your fulfillment. The ability for you to be able to go to school or go to training, technical school, trade school, whatever it is, apprenticeship training, or university or medical school, and fulfill your full human potential. If that is to become a doctor, that's what you should be able to become a doctor without going into debt and having that burden hang over you all your life. You should be able to become an auto mechanic if that's your talent, or maybe you have more than one talent. You should be able to realize all of them. Whatever talents that you have, that's a pursuit of happiness. So you can make a middle-class living and live well and have free time for your family, for our children. There's also the right to having food. There are many, many Americans today, about 20% of our children go to bed hungry sometime during the month. And that is just unconscionable in the richest country in the world, which produces enough food to feed lots of the world. And yet we allow our own children, 1/5 of our children, going to bed hungry sometime during the month. Whether it's 1 day or 3 days or 4 days, we have hungry children here in America. And that's unacceptable according to our Declaration of Independence and even our Constitution. That's why I love it when President Roosevelt came up with the Economic Bill of Rights in his State of the Union address, 1944, the Economic Bill of Rights, in which he said everyone has a right to a job and should have a right to a job, fair wage, fair profits, and education and healthcare. Here comes Tina. I think Tina's calling us from Missouri. Good evening. Good evening, Tina.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Very well, Tina. How are you doing? We're waiting for you to call. I'm so happy you called.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. I really appreciate it with all this going on. It's always something with not just the homeless, the impoverished, the poor, the needy, the oppressed, the
Yes.
African Americans, LGBT. It's always something people just can't get past their prejudices. And just real quick, I'll just tell you real fast on that.
Yeah.
It's like I was doing all this.
Give me 1 second. I want to make sure you know that today we'll have to finish at 8:20. So we have about another 15 minutes or so because we'll have to go on to a show in London. Sky News. I'm going to let you talk right away. Yeah, at 8:20 we'll finish up because Sky News London is calling me to talk about President Trump and Mitch McConnell and all that. But this is very important what you're going to talk about. It's real human beings' lives. Let's talk about it, Tina. Go for it.
Okay. My name's Tina Crawford. I am just been ordained as a pastor. Here in St. Louis City, I have my own charity on Facebook. I want you all to go on it. Now, there's a couple sites with the same name, but we're the ones with the 4,100 members. So I've been doing this now total from the day I started volunteering, December 5th, 2015 till today. So it's been about 18, 19 months. We started our Facebook group in February. It's called Helping Our OUR Homeless. And when you pull it up, you'll see different names because people have taken our name. And you'll see 4,100 members. Just click on that. When you pull up the picture, you will see a blonde girl, woman, lady, whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you my age. That's me, in my arm, with my head bowed and my arm on a homeless person's right shoulder, and he's leaning down. And we are a ministry-based organization.
Wonderful.
We're saying prayer. And so, which I volunteer at least 4 to 5 times in the trenches with the 13 plus homeless. That's an approximation. You could probably add about another 1,000 to that in the city because they fly under the radar and no one can actually do a true. The only number they can use is, they say this, on any one given night in January, there are 567,000 homeless people in shelters across the entire United States. That is a guesstimate. That's all they can go by.
Yes.
So when someone says, well, we have exactly 2% and this many people that are homeless, pretty much for the country, for the entire United States of America, what is the population? 300 million?
Well, a little over 300 million. A little over 300 million, correct.
Yeah. We have between They are discounted, and then more studies come out. And I am a big I got accepted into law school after I graduated. I didn't do it. I went in and had a really professional career, and then got sick, and then this has been my calling.
Yes.
Always, my whole life. And then this is what I do. And my mom's like, you work like 150 hours a week, and you do it for free.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, this is I go in St. Louis City, but I work for probably 4 to 5 if I can, when I'm healthy, a week for different charity-based, non-for-profit, ministry-based organizations. So I go in and I serve with them, and we bring in donations, whatever we have. I don't get a ton of donations, but I do get stuff. So, and then they have stuff, and then I'll actually wear my own Helping Our Homeless shirt, and on the back, it's so awesome. If you guys want to order one, just tell me, post it on my page, whatever. It's like $20, $25 with shipping. I mean, it's awesome. And on the back, all the way down, it says Homeless Lives Matter. It's black.
And you know what? I saw the picture you sent me of that beautiful T-shirt or sweatshirt. It was amazing. Homeless Lives Matter.
But the T-shirt is just came out, and I'm going to tweak it a little bit because we just kind of got picked up by big, huge, global human activist organization, the Refuge.
Oh, wow.
And not sure if we're going to do, but all I can say is that we could help thousands and thousands more. We'd still be the same what we do, getting in the trenches with the homeless, serving with different homeless people. But the thing is that makes us different than so many other. I mean, everybody's journey is different.
Yes.
For being a homeless advocate or volunteer. Some people just volunteer, and that's fantastic. The more boots on the ground, the better.
Yes.
And the more you get to know them, the better. So, and then, okay, the whole deal is, right now everything is on hold, and thank you, Jesus, because there's no humongous crisis going on right now somewhere else in some city. Like, we call this round 8. Here we go again. Like, this is round 8 with this and a mayor that is a complete idiot. I'm sorry. I mean, if you want to sue me, sue me. I have nothing. I have a condo. Take it. I don't care. It's paid for. But in a 20-year-old car. Okay, this is a deal. So we help all over the country, right? It's me. I'm the founder. I have the group, and I have another group, but it's for donations and all that stuff. But go to Helping Our OUR Homeless. There's a petition, global petition, that Fresno's Mayor Lee Brand, put into place, and it is disastrous. So this is the deal. Today is Thursday, right? So
yes.
About 8 days ago, there was a little feel-good feeler put out in the Fresno Bee. That's their newspaper. Fresno is the 5th largest city in California. There's 522,000 if you combine the city and the county, which they do, and there's 3,100 approximate homeless people in Fresno.
How many?
Period.
I'm sorry, how many is that, Tina? How many homeless people in Fresno?
In Fresno City and County, you combine them together just like you do St. Louis and St. Louis County. There's approximately, and you could probably add about 1,000 more, but there's approximately 3,100 homeless people just in the city of Fresno County.
Yes, that's huge.
Okay, get this.
Yes.
Get this. There are only 2 shelters.
2 shelters.
Okay, 2 shelters. California is in the top 10 of the highest homeless rate.
Yeah.
It's not the top 10. Hawaii is, which really surprised me. It all flipped. The script flipped. But when you're talking about like Skid Row, and there's 3 million people that live in Los Angeles County, you would think you would build more shelters, okay?
Yes.
Just like the problem we had with San Diego's mayor, Kevin Faulconer. He is another moron. I'm sorry, but when a politician makes a promise, I'm a pastor. Before I was a pastor, my word is my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I don't lie. If something happens, I take my knocks, I take my punishments, I move on and learn from it, and say I'm sorry. But these politicians, I'm done with it, because this is what's going on. Okay, so I see this little feel good article going out in the Fresno Bee, and everybody is sending it to me. All right, this is like the beginning of about last Tuesday, say, a week and 2 days ago.
Tina, I'm sorry, let me just interrupt for 1 second. We've got about 3 minutes left here, and I want you to wrap it up for a minute, and I'm going to have you back on again really soon for a whole half an hour. But we've got about 3 minutes left, and I'm getting a call from London. But I wanted to ask you about Utah, the state of Utah. From I understand, they've helped to solve, or at least put a big dent in the chronic homeless problem. That is, people who are chronically homeless. They decided to give these folks apartments and have the state pay for the apartments, get them in there first, shelter in the apartments, their permanent housing, permanent, and then they get to also help and support in services that they need to get on their feet again. You know, for example, if they need mental health services, if they need job training or physical care, medical care.
Continuum of care.
Yes.
That is funded by HUD, Housing and Urban Development. They actually handhold the homeless from the street to, if you need drug and rehab, totally paid for. Even if it's inpatient for a year, if you need dental work, because a lot of homeless people have severe dental pain. They do a psych eval, therapy appointments, psychiatrists, job training.
Yes.
They teach you everything.
What do you think of that, Tina? What do you think of that program so far, from what you said?
Well, continuum of care I think it's fantastic. Some people believe you can put a key in a homeless person's hand on the street, put them in the apartment or Section 8 housing, and then worry about all the other stuff later. No, it's a whole new set of rules. It's like people coming out of the penitentiary after 10 years. Mm-hmm. There's a whole set of rules in the penitentiary. There's a whole new set of rules in society.
Yes,
and
that's
it's stricter.
True. That's true.
So I don't believe in that theory. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in it at all, and I've never seen it to work ever. But people still preach it. But you are right. I believe in continuum of care. Now, what's sad about continuum of care, and I belong to them, I say, because I'm so, I'm a go-getter. I say, we have 50 shelters here. You only put 2 applications and do intakes, like the application for continuum of care on these homeless people that come into only 2 shelters out of 50. Yeah. No one even knows what continuum of care is. So I said, okay, guys, you don't want to help go to the homeless, so I'm going to bring the 1,300 homeless to this meeting. Yeah. And that's what I'm doing.
Okay, honey, I got to call. I'm so sorry. We got like a minute left to wrap it up, because then we'll have you back again for the full program, okay, in the next week or 2. Let's do that. So go ahead and wrap it. Give about 30 seconds to wrap it up, please.
I'm just going to wrap it up by saying Fresno's mayor implemented, passed immediately in 6 days a unhealthy and hazardous camping act, which means no tents, no tarps, because 2,200 are unsheltered homeless on the streets, because there's only 2 shelters. Yeah. So they were supposed to wait by constitutional law, which this is a 4th Amendment violation ruled on by federal Supreme Court, and it's in the Constitution. It's 4th Amendment right, violates their 4th Amendment right, their 8th Amendment right, which is cruel and unusual punishment, because they take every single possession, including some of their work clothes and their tents, and they throw it into the waste management dump truck. And those pictures on there, that is a picture from Fresno.
Yeah, I saw those pictures.
Not make provisions for any of these 2,200 unsheltered homeless. So sorry to you, bye. And what's really sick is that the middle of the ordinance, the president of the city councilman, which they are elected, not appointed, there's 7 of them, Steve Brandow is the president. This is his proposal, which got passed in 6 days. They were supposed to wait from last Thursday till today, and they revoted before they implemented anything.
I am so sorry, we're running out of time here. We're almost out of time, so let's go ahead and wrap it up in about 30 seconds, please, if you don't mind, okay? I'm going to have you back again for the full program. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you that they took everything away, and in the middle of it, they said they are not only going to leave them stranded there with nothing, that they're going to fine and ticket and jail them for what's called misbehaving. So there's more in this ordinance than people think.
Well, you can give us all the details.
I'm watching the city council as he speaks, and he says, what's misbehaving? Oh, doing your human bodily functions to survive each day. That means eat, cook food to eat, drink water, public urination, or if you can't get to the bathroom, sleeping in a park, resting, getting under a tarp, a tree, anything. You will not only be ticketed, the unsheltered homeless will go to jail. Okay. Period. So not only did they take all these 2,200 shelters, tarp trucks, tents, everything, because it was overflowing on the sidewalks everywhere. Made no provisions for them, and then said, see you, bye, and already implemented it last Friday. They were supposed to constitutionally wait till today, and it passed today 6-1. But they already
Okay, so this is Tina, I'm sorry, this is a very big day, as you say, for what's going on there. I would really like to have you back. How about we just do it next Thursday evening? Let's go ahead and plan it right now and give you a guarantee a spot next Thursday evening for the full half an hour to 45 minutes, okay? Let's do that because I've really got to go right now. The call's coming in. I'm so sorry. God bless you, and thank you for all of this information. But we need to get more information from you next week. Okay?
Okay, help me out. Let's go on that page, sign the petition.
You bet we will. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. God bless.